talk about I quit my job. Yes, I did it. And why I did it, and the upcoming trip. And yes, I booked one flight out of here. Not quite sure the next couple I have to book. There's a couple of things that have to be figured out first, but nonetheless, I quit my job and I'm out of here. So how do you quit your job with very little backup money and fulfill your dreams of becoming independent, not depend on anybody and any particular job? Basically take it all in your own hands. That's the theme of this video, especially if you're in middle age. You know, people usually supposed to have all this money saved up already, right? Well, not everybody does. So let's get into it. So being independent and work for yourself, be like basically a freelancer or a creator of content. This was buzzing around in my head for a few years now. And I kind of just waited for the right moment to do it. I decided I wanted to check out Portugal for a future country to live in. Started doing some research online. I followed one family on YouTube and they moved to Portugal. They did have already an online business or an online freelance sort of gig going on besides the YouTube channel. And they were previously in Thailand, and then they got pregnant and they wanted to live closer to, because they're from the UK, they wanted to live closer to their family, so they decided to move to Portugal because it was fairly, cheaper than living in England. And they did their research, I guess, saw an opportunity to live there. The ironic part of this is now that they actually don't live there anymore, they live in the Philippines now. But that's not the point. Anyway, that started for me to the whole research about Portugal and also just living abroad. So in 2020, I planned a trip with my mother to go to Portugal, to Madeira. And Lisbon, and I wanted to see some of the interior too. And we had a plan, it was about 2 weeks or 10 days, can't remember exactly. And then of course the pandemic hit in March and these plans went down the toilet. I had to cancel my flight and everybody had to stay put, as we know. And that didn't stop me though from doing more research and, figuring out more about Portugal. I still was really adamant about Portugal, even though I looked into other countries. Like I had followed some people from France and Italy, but Portugal for me was just, better for some reason. I've been to the other two countries, obviously, because I'm from Switzerland. So that wasn't anything new. And they're both beautiful countries, don't get me wrong, but Portugal has the longest coastline, I think, in Europe, or one of the longest. I don't know about the Scandinavian countries, they have pretty long coastline too. So that was a big appeal to me because I liked being on the ocean. I like being close to the ocean. And I mean, if you obviously live in the center of Portugal, it's still only like 3.5 or 4 hours away from the ocean compared to here, where I live, it's 13 hours away driving. Or even further inland in Canada, here you're further away. Obviously we have a huge coastline too, but half of it you can't access very well because it's all in the north. Anyway, I want to be by the ocean because I felt really trapped being in the mountains here for the last 26 years. Anyway, so that was one reason I wanted to go through with this. The other reason was my kids got older and I just wanted to start you make living my own life on my own terms. The kids didn't really need me anymore as much, and yeah, my marriage wasn't the greatest, so wasn't a very hard decision for me to say, you know what, I just want to explore my own future. And then in 2022, last year, I finally could go to Madeira and to Lisbon. I couldn't go in the interior because I know my mother didn't want to stay away as long from her apartment as I would have liked. So cheers, want some coffee? Go get some coffee. I explored Madeira and I made a video about Madeira. Like there's like 4 Madeira videos. I can put them up. I think it's up here. Put them up. And I also made a video about if I would like to live in Madeira. So that's up there. Anyways, I finally made it to Portugal. So my decision to quit my job got a little easier because I really enjoyed even just being on vacation there. And again, I still watched all the videos and followed all the people and Facebook groups that deal with Portugal. So this year, because where I work, I have like 8 years now, and I paid into a pension. There's some funds I can withdraw from there to make my transition a little easier. So that's one reason I could, sorry, that's my daughter singing in the background. That's one reason I could more comfortable to quit my job now. And my hours were cut back last year anyway, so it wasn't like I had a full income anymore. So anyway, and there's some vacation payout and whatever, but it's not much. But still, I hope it will tie me over till I make some money anyway. And my backup plan is I always can hang out with my mother for a while till I figure things out. If it doesn't work out, but you know, she would probably be thrilled to have me around for a while. I'm not just sure if I would like to, because you know how mothers or parents can be. Anywho. So I quit my job last week. It's a week ago now, and all my co-workers were supportive. My boss doesn't really care because it's just somebody else they have to hire. It's not a big deal. Like whatever, it's coming and going of people all the time. And yeah, so I started planning my trip, and I'm gonna leave May 13th and see my mother first, and then a week later or a few days later, I will officially on the 20th arrive in Portugal. And what I'm going to do there is house sit. So there's one way for me to save some money is to do a house sit, meaning I don't have to pay for my accommodation. It's going to be for 2 months till May 20th till not quite 2 months, but almost July 15th. And then I hope I will find another, like I have one already lined up actually for October, but nothing in between. So for August and September, and the 2 weeks in July, I need somewhere to go, but I'm sure I'll find something when I'm there. Maybe do some Workaway. Maybe there's people I can stay at, friends I'm gonna make. Like, you know, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. If you stress too much over something, usually things don't happen. So if you kind of just let it go and go with the flow, things usually happen naturally. You usually make the right decisions and things happen if you're not so stressed out. I made a video about, I'm gonna put it up here too, and it's actually a podcast about getting over the fear of change. Which this is a big life change, and I wish I could have done that. I mean, I kind of did already, because when I came here, that was a big life change too. Already did all this, so this is just another time. Okay, I close one chapter and another chapter starts. So to the research I did is through a lot of Facebook groups, really good Facebook groups. yeah, obviously have to do your research, make sure you don't follow some scam Facebook groups. There's a lot of them too, so you know. But there's, yeah, I found a really good woman based Facebook groups, and there's a couple of really good YouTube channels. I'm gonna link them below if they're Portugal related expats groups. They're really good, so I highly recommend if you want to go in any country. Go join all the join groups. They will help you figure out stuff. And then, so I did that, and then of course I have to figure out my healthcare. And my healthcare is good for another month, even after I quit, but I need to do some travel insurance, and I need to get phone, SIM card from there, and some internet, e-internet probably. So these are going to be my costs, right? It's the phone, the internet, and some insurance, and of course paying some of the credit card, because you have to book flights through your credit card. You have to pay that, and food. So I just try to eliminate all the Netflix and all the prescriptions. I'm gonna try to also, I have some design prescriptions like Canva. I'm gonna just use the free version. I just try to slim it all down. I don't have any costs except what I just mentioned. And the food should be not so bad. I don't eat any meat, so I'm just gonna fish and vegetables and fruit. So I'm sure I can get by for a couple of months without buying a lot of stuff. And I'm gonna, yeah, make another video about what I'm packing. So that'll be the next one. And then the way I'm gonna still do some art on the road. I have like little mini canvases, and I have some other paper that I can paint on. So I could do some art and see if anybody's interested in getting a piece of art from me from Portugal. It would be kind of cute, wouldn't it? I could send out some art, make them like $50 or $20 or whatever. Just make us a little bit extra income. And yeah, from my art, because that will be one of my goals, will be to be a full-time artist and make art on the road and art from Portugal. Yeah, and of course I'm gonna do some Workaway and see if sometimes I get paid gigs, but right now there's not a lot out there. I checked yesterday the website, I'm gonna check it today again. But yeah, so that's gonna be my income till I have to wait 3 months till August till I get those funds from my pension. So it's exciting and scary at the same time, but sometimes you just got to do it, because when are you going to do it? You listen to your relatives who don't want you to do it. They're going to be always say don't go because they don't want you to go. So when is the right time? When you could be dying tomorrow. So just do the things you want to do now, and your dreams and your goals. Follow them before it's too late. Yeah, that's my advice anyway. You can quit your job anytime you want. Obviously, if you have your kids and a husband that's maybe sick or not doing good, or you have elderly parents that you have to look after, that's different. But my mother is still good enough, that if she doesn't need any help yet. I hope the next 10 years are going to be like this, so fingers crossed. And my kids, yeah, they're old enough to do their own, and yeah, so I'm excited for them that they, need to be responsible for their own life and figure it out themselves, because I had to, so nobody gave me anything. I'm not saying I did a great job, but I'm still alive anyway. Yeah, just make sure you're organized and plan, and see, you can even sell all your stuff, obviously. well, people still live in this house, so I can't sell a lot. And yeah, when it will be sold, the house, then eventually there'll be some things that be sellable maybe, but I don't know. But that's another thing. In a couple of years, this house will be sold, so I'll be able to probably buy us something small in Portugal. Yeah, so that'll be exciting. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share, and watch all these videos I linked, and make sure you check out the links below. There'll be some affiliate links down there. Go check it out. You can buy me a coffee if you like to support this channel, because it would be great to, you know, these videos take time, and I do like talking about my journey, but it all costs time and equipment, and you know, like I said, there's like a design program I pay for, and so things cost something. It's not free. YouTube is not free, even though you think it is. Well, it can be free, but it costs your time anyway, so it'll be great to get some support. I'm probably eventually going to make when I have time and not work anymore and I'm in Portugal, I'll set up a Patreon account, use it as a blog. So you can get a membership to that, probably like $5 a month. And I will put more pictures in there and put some little videos and just more in depth what I'm doing exactly, what's going on. Yeah, some people like to read about things and looking at pictures, so keep up to date, and they can more easily interact with me, send me messages. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.